Welcome to AK Anime Explainer. Today is explanation of Soul Land 3, Legend of the Dragon King Part 95. Without any delay, start explanation. Concerned, Wu Zhongkong followed Shueisha back into the small house, leaving Tang Wulin to his thoughts and their softening footsteps. Teacher, isn't this too soon? That's the first part of the most powerful soul skill you created. Can Wulin learn it as he is now? You don't understand, said Shueisha, waving his hand dismissively in the air. His draconic bloodline is very pure and noble. It's at least a grade above mine. Besides being limited to dragon-type martial souls, my self-created soul skill requires an extremely powerful blood essence from the use. I'm only teaching it to him because his bloodline resembles my martial soul. It's bizarre how his martial soul isn't dragon-related at all despite his powerful draconic bloodline. But that's not important right now. He stared Wu Zhongkong straight in the eye. What matters is that he's strong enough to start learning my soul skill. It's just a matter of how much he can comprehend. Dragon Shocks the Heavens is the first of my Divine Dragon's 9 moves. If he can understand it, then that means he has talent. If not, his bloodline will ensure no harm to be done. Shueisha paused, seeming to remember something. Then he snorted. Besides, if I don't teach him anything, that shameless bastard Feng Wuyu is going to snatch him away. I gave him a call yesterday and you wouldn't believe how arrogant he was, asking me what I've done for Wulin. HMPH. We'll see who's able to give the most to Wulin soon enough. He's just a 3-word battle armor master right now. He hasn't even become a divine blacksmith yet. Let's see if he dares fight with me. Wu Zhongkong pulled a helpless face. Teacher, Elder Feng is after Wulin's forging ability. You don't have to worry about it. Shueisha groaned. Nonsense. Are you saying I don't understand that old bastard's character? He's utterly selfish and does nothing that wouldn't benefit him. I don't believe for even a second that he hasn't taken notice of Wulin's special bloodline. But Wulin is most suited studying under me. I don't care if he also has a dragon-type martial soul. It'll be a pain in the ass if that bastard teaches Wulin as well. So no matter what that bastard says, Wulin is still my grand disciple. Oh, that's right. Since he accepted Wulin as his disciple, and Wulin is my grand disciple, doesn't that mean I'm the elder between us? Shueisha lit up at the thought, any trace of sourness about the situation completely washed away. The sight left Wu Zhongkong gaping. Ever since the two had entered Shrek Academy, Shueisha and Feng Wuyu strived to one-up the other. Both wielded peak-level dragon-type martial souls, one being the blazing fire dragon and the other the scarlet armored dragon. Consequently, it was natural for them to become rivals. Later on, Feng Wuyu had taken a liking to forging and diverted much of his energy to becoming a blacksmith. His cultivation lagged behind Shueisha's as a result and he was soon suppressed by his rival's might. Disgruntled, Feng Wuyu swore to become a divine blacksmith and create a 4-word battle armor, all in the name of defeating Shueisha. Regardless of their fame as Shrek's holy twin dragons, the two rarely came into contact interestingly enough, and despised the rare occasions they did. Left alone in the front yard, Tang Wulin immersed himself in the memory of Shueisha's Dragon Shocks the Heavens. Every bit of the move was scorched vividly into his mind, leaving behind an exhilarating motion picture for him to relive. He could even remember the way the blood coursed through Shueisha's palm, the crimson scales popping from his arm the moment he struck out. He found the circulation of blood essence within his body strange after replicating that action. Little by little, his blood essence moved opposite of its usual direction. Though it felt awkward, he couldn't shake off his desire to unleash the same might as Shueisha. I can do it. Reversed blood flow be damned. Tang Wulin thrust his palm out, feeling his blood essence spiraling into a frenzy, the energy contained within boiling over as it tried to escape. The effect was similar to that of his golden dragon body. This isn't just an offensive technique, it's also a blood essence cultivation method. So blood essence can be used like this too. Before he knew it, his blood essence burst into a rage. He doubled over as though knives had stabbed into his stomach, lost and dizzy, and he had no choice but to stop. But that was not to say he did not grasp an understanding of Dragon Shocks the Heavens, and his hunger skyrocketed as a result. Half an hour later, Wu Zhongkong understood the frightening meaning of Tang Wulin's appetite increasing. Tang Wulin cleared out all the food in Shuoisha's house all by himself. Yet even so, his hunger was not satisfied. He went to pay the dining hall a visit after returning to the outer court. "Why are you so late?" Feng Wuyu stood at the dining hall's entrance, hands clasped behind his back. "Good morning, teacher. Were you waiting for me here?" Tang Wulin asked, astonished. Feng Wuyu nodded, handing something over to his student. "Take this. It's a dining hall card. Whatever you buy with it will be charged directly to my account. Now go on. Eat." The card was black with silver engravings. It weighed a lot for its size as well. In fact, it was 10 times heavier than a silver card of the same size. What metal it was made of left Tang Wulin guessing. As his trailing foot left the entranceway, he heard Feng Wuyu shout. "So Shuoisha is your grand teacher?" "Huh? How do you know?" Feng Wuyu revealed a mischievous smile. "How could I not? Now hurry on and go eat." With these words said, he departed. Sparing the new card a final glance, Tang Wulin rushed off into the dining hall. He was about to wage war on the cooks. "It's all free. I can eat as much as I want." Since eating was a cultivation method for him, he had to consume as much nourishing food as possible. Due to not having enough contribution points, he had been restraining himself at mealtime the past few days. But not anymore. He gorged himself like a king now. After terrorizing the cafeteria a while longer, Tang Wulin dragged his stomach to class just in the nick of time. He was too content after his meal, practically radiating an aura of satisfaction as he walked through the lecture theater's doors. However, he was hit with the sudden sense of unease. The moment he stepped through the doorway, absolute silence reigned in the classroom and all eyes turned to him. Tang Wulin wiped the satisfied smile off his face and nodded sternly to his classmates. He quickly made his way to his seat. Xie elbowed him as he sat down. "What happened with you? Why were you absent the last few days?" Tang Wulin knitted his brows, but before he could respond, he felt a fawny gaze digging into his back. He turned around. It was Wu Sidua. She glared at him with icy eyes, not masking her dissatisfaction at all. Tang Wulin nearly had a heart attack when he realized the reason for her glare. Right after they had decided to make battle armor, he went missing for 3 days. Those 3 days were absolutely invaluable. He sent her an apologetic smile. He knew his absence had inconvenienced everyone. Wu Sidua rolled her eyes, looking away from him. With that out of the way, Tang Wulin shot a glance at Luo Guixing, but the young man was all smiles as usual. He couldn't piece together his groupmates' true emotions. "Let's start discussing our battle armor design plans. Everyone has already chosen the metal they want to use," Gu whispered into his ears. "You need to get to working, Wulin. I have to finalize the design for everyone's right-hand armor soon." "Amen. I know. I apologize, I've troubled all of you." "I'll forge everyone's metals today," Tang Wulin said, almost tripping on his words. "You broke through?" Gu asked in astonishment, voice still low. Tang Wulin faced her, eyes wide. "You can tell." Gu nodded. "Your aura is different from before. It's clear that you've reached a higher level. You have 3 rings now, right?" "Amen," Tang Wulin answered with a smile. "Wow, Captain. You broke through too." Although Tang Wulin and Gu had whispered to each other, Xu Xiaoyan still overheard from her seat next to Gu's. She had a good pair of ears on her. "What do you mean, too?" Tang Wulin was surprised to find Xu Xiaoyan in such high spirits. Xu Xiaoyan smirked, waves of satisfaction dancing off her. "I broke through to rank 32 days ago. I feel great. Tomorrow is rest day, so Big Sis Gu promised to take me to get a new spirit soul. Do you want to come with us?" Tang Wulin smiled bitterly. "Count me out." I have too many things to do and not a second to spare. I've missed a lot of class after all. More than ever before, Tang Wulin felt pressed for time. He had to keep pace with the intense lectures at Shrek Academy, and now that he had 3 soul rings, there were 2 blacksmith teachers waiting to guide him. He'd be damned if he let a second go to waste. All right then. Xu Xiaoyong giggled. What kind of spirit soul do you guys think I should get this time? I have plenty of money, and Big Sis Gu said she could snatch me a discount. Tang Wulin thought for a moment. It's best to get a spirit soul that's compatible with you. Of course, since it also depends on the selection available, chance will play a large factor in this. Good luck. Amen. Before they could say anything else, Xinyi arrived on the platform and approached the lectern. Let's begin class. Tang Wulin whipped his head around to find her staring right at him. Taking the cue, he shot up like a rocket from his seat and shouted, "Stand up." The entire class rose with him. Good morning, teacher. Xinyi nodded, satisfied. Take your seats. Her gaze moved from Tang Wulin to the rest of the class, sharp and discerning like a hawk's. Today we're having combat class. You'll be fighting together in your mecha-making groups. You won't be sparring with each other, but with either me or Teacher Wu. Group leaders, lead your groups out. We're leaving now. Xinyi and Wu Zhongkong made for the door without a second glance. A combat class? The thought left Tang Wulin shocked. Then excitement practically bubbled out of his chest. After all, he'd just received his 3rd ring and shattered another Golden Dragon King seal. If not for his potent self-control, Tang Wulin would have rushed out of his seat, eager to test out his new strength. I wonder how combat class will be at Shrek. My group only has 4 people and will be going against Teacher Shen and Teacher Wu. However, we're much stronger than the other groups. We also have Wu Sidwa and have 4 rings. The rest of us have 3 rings. In fact, Wu Sidwa's soul fusion skill is already as powerful as an entire group combined. The sparring arena sat on the south side of the school building's 1st floor. After passing through a wide corridor, the students found themselves in the large circular arena. It was over 100 meters in diameter, with all sorts of machines lining the perimeter for recording battles, analyzing said battles, and acting as safeguards in case of accidents. Unlike where they had fought it out for the class presidency, this was a genuine sparring arena. While injuries inflicted in the virtual battlefield also made their way into reality, the danger of death did not loom above the students. They could not die in there and as such fought more aggressively, taking more risks than they would have had they been in the real world. This was not the case here. Xinyi and Wu Zhongkong ascended the stage. The students diverted to the sides and lined up at the edges of the platform. Aware of the chit-chat, Tang Wulin gestured for his classmates to quiet down but found that none particularly paid much attention to him. Some outright ignored him. He let out a long sigh. It seems my absence has made me less important in their eyes. There's nothing that can be done about it. I'll just have to work hard to earn their respect. Xinyi swept her piercing eyes through the crowd. Naturally, combat class consists of live combat. Today's focus is teamwork. As I've said previously, together with your groups, you will fight me or Teacher Wu. Apart from our battle armors, we will use our full power. Her lips curled slightly upward. Any group that defeats us will get full marks. Otherwise, your score will depend on your performance. Decide who you want to fight, me or Teacher Wu. We will also be judging your decision. You will have 5 minutes to discuss, then the battles will start with the class council group. Gu, Luo Guixing, and Wu Sidwa shuffled closer to Tang Wulin's side. Tang Wulin's face was the picture of apologetic. Sorry about my absence. After breaking through to rank 30, my body encountered some unexpected issues. I had to miss class until my meditation finished. Wu Sidwa acted as though she had not heard his apology at all. We can talk about that after the battle. So, who should we choose? Teacher Wu, Tang Wulin answered immediately. Why? Wu Sidwa raised a brow at him. It's obvious that Teacher Wu is strong. In fact, he should be stronger than Teacher Shen. Guu and I came to Shrek Academy from East Sea Academy with Teacher Wu. He was our teacher during our time there, so we understand his abilities. Since both teachers are strong, I think it'd be best to minimize the unknown factors in the battle. That's why if we pick Teacher Wu, we can at least plan around his capabilities. I agree, Luo Guixing said. We don't have much time. Give us a quick rundown of Teacher Wu's soul skills. His tone was strong. It gave him the appearance of being the team's leader. Tang Wulin observed his groupmate for a moment, not quite knowing how he felt about that. Shaking his head once, he proceeded to describe Wu Zhongkong's soul skills and the characteristics of his martial soul. What are our roles? Wu Sidwa asked. As she usually fought solo, she was unfamiliar with team tactics. Tang Wulin, you're good at control, but you're even better at attacking. You should be the vanguard, said Luo Guixing. Wu Sidwa, you should launch a sneak attack from the side. I'll be in the center to control the flow of battle, and Guu will provide cover fire from the back. It's our first time fighting together, so our plans can't be too complicated. Simple is key here. Just as Guu opened her mouth to say something, Tang Wulin pulled her hand and said, "All right. Let's do as you say." Luo Guixing smiled. Their 5 minutes had come to an end. The four of them climbed the stage. We choose Teacher Wu, Luo Guixing said. Tang Wulin stood at the front with Luo Guixing right behind him. Guu was at Luo Guixing's rear, and Wu Sidwa stayed by Tang Wulin's side. It was a peculiar battle formation. Wu Sidwa flicked her gaze to Tang Wulin. Can you keep him occupied? He shook his head. No way. Teacher Wu has 7 rings. I can only buy us a little bit of time. Amen. Do your best, said Wu Sidwa. Tang Wulin, just get us 3 seconds, said Luo Guixing. I'll support you, so don't hold back at all. Okay. Buzzing filled the air as a dome of light covered the arena. Tang Wulin took in a deep breath, his eyes focusing on the figure before him. Standing 50 meters away was Wu Zhongkong, his usual white robes gently billowing in his frigid aura. Begin, announced Shen Yi, crisp voice piercing through the buzzing. Tang Wulin burst into action in the blink of an eye. The ground cracked beneath his feet as he exerted his strength. He leapt toward Wu Zhongkong, his soul rings appearing around him mid-flight, dyeing him in their purple glow. He had 3 purple soul rings now. This was beyond the textbook optimal configuration, and symbolized his strength. Off-stage, his peers instantly recognized that he had broken through. Blue-silver grass shot out from all around him at his command. They glistened more brightly than before, the veins within them more complex, as if they had transformed from a leaf's to a human's. Although he didn't have a full grasp of the changes in his blue-silver grass, Tang Wulin knew it had become more powerful. This growth wasn't solely attributed to gaining his 3rd ring. Breaking another Golden Dragon King seal had also aided in the sublimation of his martial soul. The grass rushed toward Wu Zhongkong like a giant wave of vines. It was his first soul skill, Bind. While the vines swarmed Wu Zhongkong, a light flashed in Tang Wulin's eyes, his blood essence boiling over. Golden scales rippled into existence along up his right arm, across his right shoulder, and through most of his torso. His hand transformed into the deadly golden dragon claw. He dared not hold back against Wu Zhongkong, not when Shen Yi had clearly said the teachers would fight at their full strength. Only now did Wu Zhongkong make his move. Soul rings materialized beneath him, first 2 yellow ones, followed by 3 purple rings. Finally, 2 black rings appeared, completing this terrifying configuration. The Skyfrost sword materialized in his hand in an instant, the temperature of the arena instantly plummeting. He pinched the sword's tip with his left hand. With a wiggle of his right, the sword expelled a light into his left palm, blossoming into a flower. It was his first soul skill, Frost Scar. Rather than relying on his swordsmanship, he resorted to his soul skills without another thought. Tang Wulin faced off the mighty aura of the 7-ringed soul sage with clenched teeth. Not once did his blue-silver grass relax in its assault against Wu Zhongkong, though a portion had split from the rest and returned to him. It spiraled in front of him to form a shield. Frost scars flew through the air, threatening to tear into the tide of blue-silver grass. The instant they collided, however, the grass released a dazzling azure light. Instead of slicing it apart, the frost scar only managed to coat it in a layer of frost, freezing it in place. This scene made Wu Zhongkong narrow his eyes, and he nodded to himself in understanding. I may not have used my full strength, but I focused all of my frost scars on a single spot. Wu Lin's blue-silver grass really has grown stronger. It's at least twice as strong as before. At that moment, a silver light blossomed at Wu Zhongkong's feet. Luo Guixing used spatial lock, timing it so that it activated immediately after Wu Zhongkong used Frost Scar, the exact moment he was about to send out another soul skill. The enormous difference in their cultivation meant that Luo Guixing couldn't completely restrain Wu Zhongkong. However, he did barely manage to interrupt Wu Zhongkong and keep him from chaining soul skills. Wu Sidua swooped in at that moment. From the very beginning of the battle, she made sure to stay just one step behind Tang Wulin, ready to pounce at any opening. The instant Luo Guixing tripped up Wu Zhongkong, she dove in with her first soul skill, Hell Rush. She arrived in front of Wu Zhongkong in a shadowy blur, clawing at his ribs. Although it was their first time fighting together, the four of them synced up perfectly. Wu Zhongkong's white robes fluttered as he twisted his body to meet the claw strike. His sword blocked it with a resounding metallic ringing, his perfect defense stunning Wu Sidua. She looked as if she had been struck by lightning. Before Wu Zhongkong could punish her for her mistake, Luo Guixing teleported her away. Tang Wulin took advantage of Wu Sidua's attack to close the distance between him and Wu Zhongkong. Now in front of Wu Zhongkong, he slashed out with his dragon claw, tearing through the air with an audible hiss. 5 dark gold lights streaked out of his claw. Wu Zhongkong's icy mask finally cracked, revealing a hint of astonishment. His sword shot up to meet this attack with a white sword beam of its own. This beam was much larger than the previous Frost Scar, but it was far simpler in construction, merely resembling a long blade. However, Tang Wulin saw through its plain appearance. In reality, it was an attack composed of thousands of Frost Scars fused together. Although it was Wu Zhongkong's first soul skill, his masterful use of it transformed it into a terrifying beast to be reckoned with. The white sword beam and the golden lights collided in an explosion of particles. Tang Wulin came out of the exchange covered in a layer of frost, but Wu Zhongkong had also been forced back. He blocked it. This video will end here. Like video and subscribe to my channel.